All right, let's just jump right in. For what feels like forever, we've been surrounded by digital voices that sound, well, digital, robotic. But what if that whole era is finally over? Today, we're going to talk about the AI technology that's making synthesized speech not just realistic, but actually emotional. We are talking about ElevenLabs. You know this sound, right? That clunky, totally lifeless voice from an old GPS. I mean, sure, it got the job done, but you never for a second thought it was human. For decades, that was pretty much the best we could get from text to speech. Functional, but with zero soul. It was the sound of technology that just hadn't quite caught up. Until now. So here's the big question. What if we could go beyond just blandly relaying information? What if an AI could sound genuinely happy when it's reading you a cheerful story, or sound, appropriately somber when delivering bad news? This one question is driving a massive revolution in audio, and it's the exact question we're going to answer today. And the company that's answering that question, the one really leading the charge, is ElevenLabs. See, they're not just making the old model a little bit better, they're building something completely different from the ground up. Okay, so what is ElevenLabs? In a nutshell, it's an AI voice company founded back in 2022 by Pyotr Dubkovsky, a former machine learning engineer from Google, and Matis Tanishevsky, who was a deployment strategist at Palantir. These two guys set out with this really clear, ambitious mission to make AI audio that you literally cannot tell apart from a real human being. And the crazy part? In a super short amount of time, they've pretty much done it. So how do they pull this off? Well, their power really comes from a whole suite of tools. First up, you've got text-to-speech that actually gets the context and emotion of what it's saying. Then there's the mind-blowing voice cloning, which can create a digital twin of your voice from just 60 seconds of audio. 60 seconds! They also have an AI dubbing tool that translates videos into other languages but keeps the original speaker's voice. And they've even thrown in sound effect generation. It's basically an entire audio creation studio in one place. Let's just be clear about how massive this leap really is. We are going from that monotone robotic delivery we all know and tolerate to a system like ElevenLabs that understands context, that uses natural pauses, and has an intonation so real it's incredibly hard to tell it isn't a person. It's really the difference between a robot reading a script and an actor performing it. So you're probably thinking, okay, technology this powerful has got to be super complicated and expensive to use, right? Well, you'd be wrong. It was designed from the beginning to be shockingly accessible. The whole workflow is ridiculously simple. It's literally as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you either pick a voice from their library or upload a quick sample of your own to clone it. Second, you just type in whatever text you want it to say, and you can even tweak some sliders to fine-tune the emotional stability and stuff. And third, you just click Generate. That's it. In a few seconds, you have a professional quality audio file ready to go. So what's the catch? How much does it cost? Their whole pricing model is based on characters, basically how much you use it. There's a totally free version for personal projects, which is cool, but the real magic happens on the paid plans. Get this. For just $5 a month, the starter plan unlocks that incredible instant voice cloning. For $5. That puts this wildly powerful tool in the hands of pretty much any creator out there. Okay, so the technology is insanely powerful, it's easy to use, and it's super affordable. It sounds perfect, almost too good to be true. And this is where our story takes a bit of a turn. Because with this kind of power, you get a whole new set of questions and, let's be honest, some pretty terrifying dangers. And that brings us right to the elephant in the room, the deep fake dilemma. When any voice can be cloned perfectly, that line between what's real and what's fake starts to get really, really blurry. And that opens the door to some serious ethical and security problems. The risks here are not theoretical. They are immediate and they are serious. I mean, what happens when somebody clones a politician's voice to fake a national security announcement, or a CEO's voice to authorize a bogus wire transfer? This isn't just science fiction. Very shortly after ElevenLabs launched, people were already using it to make celebrities say horrible, offensive things. A very stark, very quick preview of how this could be misused. Now, to their credit, ElevenLabs isn't just sitting back and letting this happen. They are tackling this head-on. So on one side, you have these massive risks of scams, fraud, and misinformation, but on the other, the company has put in some pretty clever safeguards. They make you verify your identity with a voice capture to do professional cloning. They actively block attempts to clone the voices of famous politicians. And they even released a free tool that can help you detect if a piece of audio was generated by their AI. And there's one more layer to consider here: data privacy. When you upload your voice to be cloned, you're not just uploading a sound file. You are uploading your biometric data, your unique voice print. Now, ElevenLabs uses standard encryption and they say they don't sell data, but for any organization that's serious about security, this is absolutely something you have to think about. So with all of this in mind, the incredible power and the very real risks, where does this all go from here? What's the bigger picture for the future of voice? Right now, today, make no mistake, ElevenLabs is the king of the hill. Their audio output is widely considered to be way more realistic and human-sounding than what you can get from the tech giants, Google, Amazon, Microsoft. They have set the new gold standard for what a realistic AI voice should sound like. And its applications are already everywhere. We're seeing YouTubers use it for narration, authors creating their own audiobooks, indie game developers voicing entire casts of characters without a huge budget. This isn't some far-off concept anymore. It is a tool being used right now by a huge range of creators. And it's fundamentally changing how content is made, challenging entire industries like professional voice acting. Which brings us to this one final and really crucial thought. The technology is here, it's not coming, it's here, and it's only going to get better. We have gone from recalculating to voices that can convey genuine emotion. But as these AI voices become perfect mirrors of our own, the most important question is no longer about the technology. It's about control, it's about ethics, it's about identity. Who gets to decide what a voice says when that voice is no longer attached to a person? That's the question we're all going to have to answer together.